And this is something that happens when guys drop their feet. We want one fluid motion getting in. You see that? Nice. Bend that arm and it'll help us snap down. Go. There it is. Oh, good counter. What's going on, guys? Coach Derek here, back with another video. Today we are at Linfield High School. We got a couple of the proteges for a small group training session, and we're just gonna work on technique, get a bunch of lives in. Overall, we're getting better today. Join us for the ride. Is there anything specific we wanna work on today?
There's like a stronger guy and they clamp your stick.
What do you mean by clamp your stick? So like you're going for the clamp.
Yeah, and like he like moves your stick.
So he comes on top of your stick. Okay, so there's a couple reasons that can happen. One of the biggest reasons is we're not getting our top edge down into the ball, okay? One thing that I saw with you last weekend is that you're lifting that left hand too much. We lift our left hand before we get that ball to the throat. See how it brings my sidewall down too much? And then it makes it overall harder for us to clamp. And if our opponent is a little bit more delayed, it'll cause him to come on top of your stick when he's clamping, okay? So what we'll work on to start is gonna be keeping that left hand controlled. Let's try to get everybody 2 balls here. For this drill, it's like a variation of the 2-ball efficiency clamps. This second ball is gonna be more in the middle of our stick and a little bit in front of the line. When we finish through, we're clamping both hands down into the turf, making sure that left hand does not touch this second ball. So it's gonna be down, set, whistle, all right? And we're basically keeping those hands, imagine us clamping down and into the turf as we're going down the line. Good. Good. We gotta turn down a little bit more, okay? So turn down into it. Get that top edge all the way over. Also try to face your shoulders a little bit more upfield. Nice. Clamp, Sam. So one of the biggest reasons why your left hand is getting raised is because that arm is straight. So you're facing the ball, which is fine. You're facing the ball, but you see how it's causing my arm to be straight here? When that happens, our body naturally wants to lift it up off that whistle. So having those shoulders a little bit more square, you can still face the ball, but more square so we can bend that arm and it'll help us snap down and control it a little bit more. We'll play around with that. We got 3 more reps. Ready? Down. Good. Let's get into partner work. Clamp versus a half clamp, all right? Give about 50% pressure. Here we go, partner up. Aw, direct your pressure. There you go, that's way better. All right, switch. There we go. Good job going down the line. Most of all, great job controlling that left hand. You're clamping forward, right? So why would you be clamping forward, do you know? Okay, so go down in your stance. Chat, what's one thing you notice with his stance? This left leg is super far out. When you're extended, and this is something that happens when guys drop their feet, the more extended you are from the ball, the more likely it's gonna turn into a bench press motion when you're clamping. That's why I always emphasize a strong foundation and balanced foundation in your stance with your feet so you can direct your hands more towards the ball. So my recommendation would be you don't need to bring it in too much, but bring that left foot in a little bit more and also closer to the line. Being extended is just gonna force you to come upfield and forward. Better. Hey, that was pretty good. So like you're kind of coming up and over a little bit. I want you to focus on basically like we're focusing on that top edge and then we're sliding our hands down the line, okay? Ready? Come here, down, go. Good, don't wiggle that left hand. Let's make it one fluid motion. Down, go. There it is. You don't need all that extra movement, right? That's just gonna make it delayed, especially when you fully secure it. Give me a half clamp. So like finishing through, we want one fluid motion getting in. You see that? Yeah. And then I can just pinch and pop. If I'm wiggling my hand, that gives time for the other guy to full throw a counter. Go. There it is. One fluid motion towards the ball. Good shit. All right, next, let's do a little bit of exit work. The biggest thing that I've been seeing with guys throughout the season that we need to kind of harp on or stay on is controlled exits. Now, in a game, when you're exiting, if you're going against a half-decent opponent, what's happening off whistle? What are you matching with or feeling? His pressure, right? You feel his pressure off that clamp. Too many times, guys hit that pressure. Sam, give me a half clamp. Guys hit that pressure, and even if I have a good clamp, get a good amount of the ball, we're stepping with that left foot first, lifting our chest, and then leaving the ball behind. So out of this half clamp, Sam's gonna give me like pretty heavy pressure. I really want us focusing on that drag, maintaining right hand pressure when we finish through our clamp. That was a good half clamp. Maintaining our right hand pressure to drag away. Lead with our hands and step with that right foot. All right, so we'll start with the forward exit. Do 5 reps, defensive exit 5 reps, and then right pop 5 reps. What happened? What's up?
Do my left hand.
A little bit, but you punched forward, right? That's what's gonna happen when you push it into your opponent's stick. There you go, finish through. Better. We just need to focus on that top edge a little bit more. When you have that focus on the top edge, that's where you're gonna get the ball in the throat a little bit easier instead of that bench press motion. So ready, come down. All right, so you're coming here. We need to bring that top edge to the ball and then slip down, pinch now. There, we need to get there. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
There it is, pinch. That was it. Yo, let's go. Good. Try to make that fluid. You're wiggling your left hand too. Down the line. Good. Yo, money. Try it. So like, I don't mind if you wiggle like here because he's giving you a pretty heavy half clamp.
A lot of pressure, so I was just trying to look at
Yeah, that's not bad, but we don't want to activate that left hand till the ball's at the throat. You just did it a little bit too early. Other than that, great job on the exit. Nice. More down the line, like I was saying, punching a little bit forward. Not a bad exit though. Nice. You're still throwing that left hand like a little too early. That's why you're not getting like the full ball, right? You're getting like here and then you're getting out, which is serviceable, but we want to try to get 100% of the ball, especially through this pressure. So when we get here, we need to press down and in, all right? And then we can get that ball out. You're just punching a little bit too far forward, but too soon, all right? So like when you're clamping, you're going here and the ball's not getting to the throat. We need to get that ball to the throat. Then when we pinch through, we're gonna have 100%. There it is. That was better. Yeah. Try to implement that drag a little bit more. Nice. Nice. Good footwork. Nice. A little bit too much forward on that one, right? We want that top edge a little bit more over. All right, you guys ready to get in the lives? Yeah. We'll do 5 reps rotate because we have a little bit of a smaller crew. Oh, good counter. Good exit. You gotta focus on that down the line motion. He does a good job keeping his hands short and tight, just getting the ball to the throat. So that's literally the one thing I think you need to work on. Yeah. Everything else looks great. Stay short and get the ball to the throat, yeah. Maybe a little bit more top edge action. Oh, how? I don't know. That was crazy. Sam had like the whole ball and it just came out. Ooh, he hammered that one. Oh, good exit. Oh, good counter. If you're going forward like through that pressure, just turning that right shoulder this way, the slightest bit is gonna get it out. Oh, good pull. What did he do a better job of? You guys reacted at the same time. Take a wild guess what he did a better job of.
in the throat more, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. But what gets it to the throat?
Punching through.
Punching where?
Down the line.
Down the line, right? That's literally it. That's the only thing. I want you to try, because obviously you have a game today, so I don't want you to like completely change your stance, but I want you to play around with it when you're taking reps, you know what I mean? Are you coming to Norwood tomorrow?
I can, yeah.
Hey, you reacted well on that one. He's just a little bit stronger than you. Nice, good second move. Hammer time. Why was he able to pull that, JJ?
I dropped my feet back.
Yes, sir. The second you dropped your feet is when he pulled it out, right? And when you dropped them, they were off the ground, so the only thing making contact with the ball was your hands. Good exit. If you're taking live reps and you feel your feet dropping back, something that you can do, especially in practice, Sam, come down. So line up for the face-off, JJ. One thing you can do is take an extra stick and put it behind your feet. This is gonna force you to make that second move from your feet, which is way quicker than dropping back, potentially pushing it into your opponent's stick and getting out of position without right hand pressure. You kept your feet. Sam's good at counters. Good right hand pressure. A, Good exit. We'll work on this when I see you one-on-one this week, but you got in tie-ups, you got to get your ass higher.
Yeah.
That was a better job keeping your feet. Control that exit though.